What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and today I'm just going to be sharing a little concept with you guys that I've thought of for the future of Battlefront 2, or more specifically for the future of the game's DLC. Obviously, as of right now, we aren't really too sure on whether we'll be getting much more content after Season 3, as nothing has been announced or even really rumoured at this point, but I think it's fair to say that we probably will get some kind of DLC, even if it does just turn out to be reused assets from Battlefront 2015. Seeing as the majority of the fanbase has been crying out for Clone Wars content since day one, I've been thinking about a few ways that they could try and include some more Clone Wars DLC on top of the stuff that has already been mentioned in the roadmap. What I've come up with is sort of like a season for each prequel movie, with skins, characters and maps from each movie that could be added in a 3 or 4 part season, similar to how the solo season was split into 2 parts. So what I'm going to be doing is starting a little concept series where I cover a prequel movie in each video and go over some of the skins, characters and maps that they could add to the game from each of these movies, as well as from the actual Clone Wars series as well. Today we're going to be looking at the Phantom Menace, and obviously that movie doesn't really fall under the Clone Wars, seeing as it did take place about 10 years before the war started, but I couldn't leave it out since the other prequel movies would have been getting their own videos, so I thought I'd just throw it into the mix as well. Now, before I do get started, I just want to say that obviously this is all just my own little concept. None of this has actually been announced or even really rumoured, and I highly doubt anything like this would actually ever happen, but it is sometimes just fun to think about some of the stuff that we could see added to the game, even though sometimes it is also a bit depressing to think about since we all know it's very unlikely to happen. I also just want to give a quick shout out to my man, the Twisted Jedi, who I'm sure most of you already do know. He has a few videos very similar to these on his channel, focusing on the original trilogy instead of the prequel trilogy. So if you guys haven't checked those out yet, then there will be a link down in the description for those videos as well. So getting stuck straight into it, the first thing I'm going to cover is some of the maps that we could see added to the game from the Phantom Menace. Obviously we do already have a few Naboo maps which appear in the Phantom Menace, but there are 2 more maps from Naboo that I'd really love to see added to the game. First off, a Gungan City map could be added to some of the smaller game modes like Strike, Blast and the Heroes vs Villain game modes, and they could even try and add it to Extraction as well. I'm sure most of you already know about Gungan City, but if not, then this is the underwater city that we see in the beginning of the movie, where Jar Jar and all the other Gungans live on Naboo. I think it'd be such a cool map to be able to play underwater. It'd probably play very similar to Bespin with all the tight hallways, except it'd look a whole lot cooler than Bespin, as you'd be able to see all the fish swimming around the outside of the map and stuff like that. And I think it'd be a really unique map, as there's nothing really like this in Battlefront 2 at the moment. The second map from Naboo that I think would be really cool to see is one that not many people probably would have thought of. I only thought of it when I rewatched the movie a few weeks ago, and this one is the Gungan Sacred Place. This area is only shown in the movie for a couple of minutes right before they head to Theed for the final act, and from the photos on screen you can see that this would be a really cool forest type map that they could add to all the small game modes and maybe even to Galactic Assault, depending on how big the actual area is. With all the swamp areas and a few shrine-like buildings scattered around the place, I think this would definitely make for a really cool map, and I for one would definitely love to see it added to the game. Now, moving on to characters, and as for villains, there aren't really any that I can actually think of that they could add to the game. The only real bad guy other than Maul and Palpatine would be Sebulba, and unfortunately I can't really see them adding someone like him to the game. As for the heroes though, I think the most obvious one would be one of my personal favourite characters, Qui-Gon Jinn, who I know is also one of the most highly requested characters from the rest of the community. I'd definitely never say no to another lightsaber hero, and I think it'd be a really good addition to the game just to be able to see him and Obi-Wan running around fighting droids again. His base skin would probably be the one that we see him wearing in the fight scene against Maul when he dies, with the regular Jedi outfit, but then we could also get a skin with the brown robes that he wears throughout the movies as well, which might be priced at the epic level, costing 40,000 credits. Another character that I'd really love to be able to play as is Padme. And not only would she be an awesome character to have in the game, but she also has so many different skins to choose from as well. Her base skin from the Phantom Menace would probably be her battle dress that she wears on Naboo at the end of the movie, seeing as this is probably the main outfit that we see her wearing throughout the movie. Another possible skin for Padme could be the handmaiden outfit that she wears when she's obviously disguised as a handmaiden, which would be pretty cool to see in the game. However, it could stand out like a sore thumb too, so I'd probably price it at the epic level, costing 40,000 credits as well. Now, a possible legendary skin for Padme would be her Queen outfit that we see her wear a few times throughout the movie, and although it could look pretty strange to see that massive dress running around on the battlefront, I think it'd be a missed opportunity if they didn't add it to the game, and I know a lot of people would definitely be willing to fork out the 80,000 credits for it. Now, moving on to skins for any characters that are already in the game, the first one that comes to mind for me is the young Obi-Wan skin without the beard and with the iconic Padawan braid that he sports in the movie. This could be a really cool skin to see, and seeing as it wouldn't really change his voice lines or anything like that, it'd probably only be valued at the epic level, which again would cost 40,000 credits. Another skin that I'd love to see as well is a hooded version of the Darth Maul skin that we already have, which is the one that a whole lot of people have been requesting since the game first launched all the way back in November. I feel like it'd be a fairly easy skin for them to make, seeing as it's not a whole lot different from his current skin other than the hood, so I'd probably only price it as a rare skin, which would only cost 20,000 credits. Now, as for some of the other characters that they could add to the game, adding droidekas as a reinforcement for the Separatists is definitely something that everyone wants to see, and even though there already has been the whole droideka drama over the last month or so, I definitely couldn't leave them out of this video, since it is something that just about every single player would like to see. Another reinforcement that I could add would be a Gungan warrior for any of the Naboo maps, which I know a lot of people might not really want, but I personally would find it hilarious to see a bunch of Gungans running around the map. But again, that's very unrealistic, so I don't think anyone has to worry about that happening anyway. So anyway, that's going to be it for the first entry into this little concept series, guys. I'm looking at doing a bit more stuff like this, so if you do enjoy these kinds of videos, then make sure to leave a like to help support the channel. Seeing as this is a little different to the usual guide videos on the channel, definitely feel free to let me know what you guys think of the video. And if you do have any ideas for maps or skins or anything like that, then definitely feel free to let everyone know down in the comment section. If you are new to the channel, then feel free to subscribe and make sure to turn on your notifications so you don't miss out on any more Battlefront 2 content. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one.